The Expedition Max is a massive family SUV. I'll include a link to the Carl Mullen Ford's website in the description down below. They're providing us with this Expedition. I'll also include a link to my car buying guide. Let's get into it. Powering this is a twin-turbo 3.5-liter V6 that goes through a 10-speed. Fuel economy is 15 around town, 22 on the highway, with power outputs being 400 horsepower and then 480 pound-feet of torque. We're closing in on 500,000 subscribers. I'd really appreciate it if you'd help out with that. What is this car? An Expedition. It's spelled out on the front end, quite literally. Got these kind of C-shaped-ish headlights, blacked out grille, and then parking sensors on the front end too. Altogether, the front end of the new Expedition, not too crazy, pretty normal. Tire and wheel setup is 275 by 60 by 20. You've got some silver and metallic gray in the wheels. Nice blacked out mirror caps, and then you can see this one has the running boards at the bottom. And the Max is, well, quite a bit longer. When it comes to key fob features, we've got the Ford logo there on the back. On the front face, we got a lock and unlock, remote start, opening for the hatch too. Automatic controls. These raise and lower the third row. You can just lower down the second row. And then the other side, we've got a 12 volt, some USBs, and then a full power outlet. And this is why you get the Max. Tons of space behind the third row with the third row folded up. And then the new Expedition also comes with a handy dandy tailgate. New taillight design is quite interesting, and then I find it also interesting that they always black out the top section so there's a separation between the tailgate and then the hatch. And that will cap things off for the exterior. This week's giveaway makes my Jeep look lame because it is a supercharged Rubicon 392 that is fully decked out, producing 650 horsepower. Now, not only can you win this Rubicon 392, but part of the giveaway is also $26,000 in cash to help pay for the taxes. And not only that, your donations go towards helping children's and veterans charities. So use code BHC or click the link in the description down below or in the pinned comment. Any donation, $25 or more, will give you 4x bonus entries. Let's check out the interior. Interesting trim on the door panel. It's kind of like a weird, I don't know, vinyl type trim at the top or something. Then also soft touch below. Got some stitching too, a little bit of storage. Third row passengers have seats that are easy to clean, no perforations or anything, and they've got plenty of space. Again, this is a full-size SUV, so you can fit adults back there. The second row continues the theme of easy to clean seats, and notice wide open bolsters too. Legroom in the back is good. We also have a little storage pocket, some USB action. Cup holders. We have our own climate zone in the back. There's an outlet actually down below. It's gonna be hard to see. I will say that the roofline feels kind of low. Keyless entry for up front, and let's pop in. Blind spot monitoring with the mirrors. The windows are actually automatic, which is a nice feature. The mirrors power fold in, and then you got more soft touch there on the door panel. 1360 for the payload capacity. See more of that soft touch trim on the front seats. Notice the driver's seat's power adjustable with lumbar support. The passenger seat's also power adjustable with lumbar support. Now to the left of the steering wheel, we've got our controls for the drive line. This has a part-time four-wheel drive system, but it has auto high and low. And you also have stuff for the hatch there next to the control, and then the drive mode select is that dial. This has the new steering wheel, which is very interesting. So multi-function controls kind of on the steering wheel. This is cruise control on that side, but yeah, depending on what you have selected, will adjust different things. And so you kind of have to go into a menu to change what's adjusting. Like right now, it can adjust the steering wheel. For example, I can also adjust the volume controls. Like, there's just a lot built into it. It kind of reminds me of a Tesla. Speaking of futuristic stuff like Teslas, you can see giant screen across the dash. The first part's the gauge cluster. The second part is like an aux screen that will display what you want. So right now it has the Google Map thing, even though it's not loaded up. But yeah, you've got kind of like a screen that also doubles as a heads-up display. So they kind of do both functions, but it's pretty far there on the dash. 360 camera system with this, good resolution with the camera itself. And then as for the rest of the infotainment system, shortcut bar there at the bottom for the climate. The climate controls are always accessible. Dual zone climate, heated seats, heated steering wheel. And then this adjusts the auxiliary tab there on the screen up top. But yeah, at least this responds quickly. But yeah, Ford is definitely putting more and more into the screen setup. You got a dial shifter. You got the plus and minus for the gear selection, volume control. And then you guys can see with the stop, start, parking assist. And then for the camera, stability control, hill to sync control too. Expedition there on the dash. Phone charging pad. We've got the trailer backup assistant, some USB ports, cup holders there. And this is cool. The center console that slides forwards and backwards. And then yeah, USB port side. Plenty of storage space. And by the way, if you slide this all the way backwards, you've got another storage pocket underneath. So that adds to the practicality. The dash being rounded off there, very interesting choice. Something that's older than this actually has a panoramic sunroof. Active Max, 75,950. Let's see how this performs. Let us set off in the Max Expedition. So, the active package, this is probably the best value, right? You get quite a few features. And it's not cheap, but it's more affordable. I mean, 360 camera system in this is actually quite nice. There's also acoustic glass up front, by the way. So that helps out a little bit. But yeah, I mean, this is a big vehicle against suburban competitor. I don't like the steering wheel. I don't like the steering wheel. I can't do it. It is so, like, why do we need to reinvent the wheel? Literally, why do we need to reinvent the wheel? Like, it is so cumbersome. It's actually cumbersome. Like, what? Ford, did your people drive this before you released it to market? Did you actually drive this? Because you can't, I mean, you can kind of, no, you can't really slide it through your hands. Because it's got chunks on the side because it's a freaking rectangle. This is the dumbest thing ever. This and the screen. Ford and General Motors are doing the stupidest stuff lately. It's like they've got great, it's so frustrating because I feel like Ford and General Motors have finally gotten to a point where the product is so good in terms of, what are you complaining about? Oh, fuel. Oh, the seat's not locked. Anyways, the product is so good. Like, in terms of, it's like the power delivery is great, the fuel economy is reasonable, the space is great, the suspension's comfortable, the noise, like, there's so much to love. And then they've, in my opinion, kind of ruined their cars by adding giant screens and removing physical buttons. And Europe, by the way, just in certain places in Europe, my understanding is it's now illegal to have, for automakers, or like it's going to be illegal or something, for automakers to have too many screens and not enough physical buttons, because it's like a safety concern, which I agree with that. Like, when you have to dive through 50 different menus just to turn on a vital function in a car, it's so stupid. And we all know this is cost cutting by automakers. That's what this comes down to. They have to build fewer buttons for the cars, and because they have to build fewer buttons, they save X amount per unit, which, cost cutting to make the product worse, you know? So, I don't know. The seats are comfortable in this. And like I said, it drives phenomenally well. Like, this car is incredibly comfortable. It's got tons of space. It's quiet. Great power delivery. The packaging on this, other than... I should have gone there. Anyways, I'll just wait a little bit longer. The packaging on this, other than the steering wheel and the screens, is actually really good. They just need to figure out... Not figure out. They need to stop being lazy. And General Motors too. Lazy and greedy. That's what that's what this looks like to me. This looks like laziness and greed. Yeah, the steering wheel's so bad. But the power is great. And it's, man, this is such a nice car. It's a shame. So overall, like I said in my previous Expedition review, I think some of you are going to love the screens. I've talked to people, and some people are all about it. They love, because the screens respond quickly, they love the customization associated with the screens. And I haven't heard a single person that said they like the steering wheel, though. So hopefully they go back to an actual wheel. But yeah, the screens, some of you will like it, some of you will get used to it, but for me, it's just too much. I said in the past, I'll say it again, I will never buy a car that does this. Like, I have a bare minimum in terms of physical controls, and this just doesn't meet it. And I think, like, for me, headlights need to be on a physical control. So headlights, driveline for sure. Climate controls have to be physical. There has to be a physical button for camera, which they actually have that in this. Turning the car on and off, obviously. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I feel like is a given. But yeah, like, this doesn't even have a physical control for the headlights anymore. I'm pretty sure it's in the screen now. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Why, Ford? Why are you following? Chevy's stupid. GM's stupid. Why are you doing stupid stuff like GM? Come on. Let me know your thoughts.